previously on J&B Lifestyle.
I'm Jay.
And we are in the urgent care because baby is not feeling good. She's been sick for like a week now.
What's up, J&B fam?
We are back with
another one.
video.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Highly requested video.
Part 3, how we met.
It's time for part 3, y'all. I hope
Yes.
y'all ready. Because y'all been waiting patiently.
They have, for real.
Y'all been in the comments like, come on with
Where y'all
part 3. We got 100 likes. Thank y'all for the 100
and
likes.
this was what, yesterday when we checked?
Yep, yesterday we
shout out
finally
to
made it to
y'all.
100 likes. So we was like, we gotta drop this video.
Which is crazy because I've been sick for like, what, a week? Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we hit 100 likes while I'm feeling better. Like, soon as I get better, we hit 100 likes. So it's only right that we go ahead and
Drop this video.
drop this
Oh my god.
final episode on how we
Yes.
met. Whew. Why
It's
you
been
look
a
so
long
much
time
taller
coming.
than me?
Cause you short.
We the same height.
Nah.
We are.
Y'all, she swear up and down she the same height as me, but
She like an inch taller than me, y'all.
I'm taller. That's all
But
that
I'm
matters.
saying you look like a couple inches. Alright,
Alright, you want me
anyway.
to do this?
Now, come on. So,
Where we left off at? I think we left off after we made love, right?
yeah, when we told each other we love each other.
Yeah. That was where we left off at. And I think you were about to jump into you switching back and forth between your mom's house and
Well, no, after that, I think, and my voice still a little raspy, y'all, but it's all good. Y'all get me. Y'all understand. Y'all family. So, right after, I can't really, wait. When did, alright, so right after that little situation, when I went to her crib,
that
after
night.
she played me and told me she ain't want to talk to me no more and all
Oh my
that.
god, here you go.
After that, I went to the crib, you know, we made up, and then I think it was like the weekend.
I think it was a weekday. That was during the week.
Okay, so anyway.
Because you was off on the week during one of those weekdays.
Okay,
remember what it
well,
was,
after that situation, I went to the crib, and then you ended up moving out, right? Like, when did you move out? Because
So basically,
they moved. They was in their apartment in Indiana for like a week.
yeah, it
a
was
week
only
or 2 weeks
I think like a week.
until everything blew up.
Yeah, it was crazy, y'all, because my cousin thought she was about to move in, and
Yeah.
like so much stuff happened. Like after me and her had our situation, we told each other we love each other. That day, did we make it official that day? Yeah, we made it
Yeah, we
official that
did.
day.
And that was October 13th, so that's why we say our date is October 13th.
Yeah,
Because
that was our
the day
official
that we
date
told each other we love each other.
that we started dating.
Right.
I don't think we asked each other like,
Are we together?
nah, I think we just went.
I mean, after that,
Nah, I think
After
you
that
did say,
night.
so are you my girl? Or something like that she said. I don't know.
probably
but-
some corny. Y'all know I'm corny.
Yeah, so we made it official that night. After that night, I want to say that same day, my ex, she never came home. She didn't come home that night, like, at all. So I was at home the whole night, and I think we was talking until I fell asleep.
Right.
We talked on the phone until I went to sleep.
Because we made it official, we instantly trying to go right into a game plan because obviously the situation that she was dealing with Shorty, like the last 2 nights after her finding out about us, she trying to go crazy and
She was basically, one day, y'all, I was in the house. I had just got out the shower, and she was in the room. And I had asked her, I was like, can you leave out the room for a little bit so I can get dressed? And she was like, well, I gotta leave out the room. For what? I'm like, I want to get dressed. At this point, I don't want to get dressed or be naked in front of you anymore. So I want you to leave out the room. When I tell y'all, she started like walking towards me, and this girl like grabbed me, and she like basically tried to like pin me down on the bed and like rip my towel off of me. And like at this point, I'm literally just, you know, just fighting her at this point because I really didn't care. And I'm like, would you get off of me? Like, she literally tried to basically have sex with me. Like, she tried to go down on me, and I was like just pushing her away from me like, you're crazy. Like, no, it's not about to happen. And she kept saying, why not? if this is gonna be the last time, I want it to be the last time here, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, it's done with. It's a wrap. So she like went crazy. I remember she had like a water bottle on her hand or something, and she like slung the water bottle and it hit me in my chest, and that literally like took my breath away. And I don't know what happened after that. I know she had like grabbed me, and like I just remember I had scratches. I really kind of blanked out from the situation. It happened so long ago, so I don't really remember the details of it. But I had like scratches all on my chest. Like, it was crazy, y'all. She eventually left. No, I didn't call the police or anything. I was just like, I'm gonna remove myself out the situation. So I think that next day, she didn't come home that night. I think that next day, I had called my supervisor, and I was like, I'm about to resign. So how do I do it? What's the process? And he was like, come in, come talk to me. What's going on? What's wrong? And he was like super cool. Like, everybody loved our supervisor. He was over cool. So I consider him like a friend. So I ended up walking. I think how did I get to the job?
Did Ashley bring you, your cousin?
No, I think she left the car. I think she had her sister come pick her up from the house. Or something happened where I think I had the car, because from my understanding, I drove myself to the job.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really remember, but somehow I got to the job and I was talking to him. I told him everything that happened. He had like took me in a separate room, and I was just crying and bawling, and I was just like, I'm leaving. Like, my house is not safe anymore. I can't be there. I gotta go. And I think that day I had told my sister that I was gonna come to Memphis and stay with her. So I had ended up booking me a bus ticket, right?
So let me tell him this part. So basically, remember I told y'all we had to think of a master plan. So unfortunately, I was living in between, I told y'all, with Shorty and then my mama crib. So I couldn't have her just, it was like an urgent, her moving was urgent to me. So whatever we had to do, I couldn't tell my mama,
right.
I just met this girl, she need to live with us. She wasn't about to have that.
My mama wasn't going at all.
Right, and obviously, I could have made up a lie with Shorty, like, this my cousin, she needs to come move with us. I could have did that.
No, girl, you crazy.
But I felt bad, y'all, because I couldn't help her, like, and we couldn't even get an apartment soon enough. It was just a lot going on.
It was a lot. At the time, I wasn't talking to my dad. I wasn't really communicating with my mom like that.
And they are the ones that lived in Illinois. So her sister lived in Memphis.
So I ended up calling my sister, and I booked the ticket. She was like, of course you can come down here, ain't no problem. So I ended up leaving my job. Like, I remember that day, it was so emotional. I was just bawling, crying. Everybody came because me and my supervisor were in a separate room talking away from everybody, and he was like, well, do you want to tell everybody goodbye? And I was like, yeah. So he was like, I'll send them all in here to talk to you one by one, and you can let them know, that you about to be leaving. So I literally, the whole team coming in, I'm just bawling, crying, like, I'm not gonna see y'all no more, I'm leaving, blah blah blah. I bet it's a lot of people that remember that too. But yeah, I ended up resigning from my job, and I went home, and I think you had met up with me at work. No, I went to your house. I don't remember what happened. I ended up with Jay's car somehow.
Yeah, so basically, I guess y'all were sharing cars at the time.
Yeah.
And she needed to get her hair done. And then I had got us a room for the next, 2 nights until she was going to Memphis. This was, literally right after the big argument. And, she went to Memphis, 2 days later. Literally, it was so quick.
It was quick because she was, tweaking. And I'm like, both of our names
life
on the
was
lease.
in danger
so
at
I
this
can't
point.
put her out. And I didn't really want to get the police in my business because I feel like I can protect myself. So I was just like, I'm gonna just remove myself from the situation, and that's gonna be that. So I had already had a hair appointment booked. This is funny, I don't know why, but I had a hair appointment booked, and I'm like, I'm not gonna miss my hair appointment. So Jay ended up letting me borrow her car. I don't know how we got together. It was so long ago, y'all. I really don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Did I come and get you?
I don't know. I think you may have. I think she drove to Indiana and met me at my place, and I took her to work.
Yeah, you did.
And my cousin was with me.
Yeah, you and Ashley got in the car.
Yeah, my cousin was with me.
She packed all of her stuff. I had a cruise.
I went and bought me, because I didn't have a big enough suitcase, y'all. I went and bought me this dumb big suitcase, and I still couldn't even fit all my stuff in there. But I bought this huge suitcase, and I packed as much stuff as I could. And Ashley ended up coming with me. We took Jay's car, and Jay told me like I could have put the rest of my stuff in her car, but I'm like, I didn't want to leave her with no extra baggage. Like I didn't want her to feel, responsible for my stuff.
Right, because
so,
she was only gonna take her suitcase to Memphis and leave everything else. So I
just left everything else. I was like, I don't care if I end up losing it or whatever.
Right, she put everything in the car. Like it was over.
So.
But I guess the suitcase was like that was the biggest thing.
Yeah,
basically.
my suitcase was huge. So I had all my stuff in Jay's trunk. And that day I had a hair appointment. I took Jay to work. I had a hair appointment, so I ended up going to get my hair done.
And then while I'm at work, she texts me and say, Shorty just popped up at the hair appointment. And man, y'all, she got my car, so I'm instantly like, I need to find a way to get out here right now. I'm like, hey, I'm telling my homie V, we need to go shoot out here because I don't trust her. She already crazy. If she do something to my car, like, it's gonna be bad for her, like, period. So and I was also worried about Britt, obviously, like, so she popped up on at the hair appointment.
Y'all, when I say I was like completely shocked, like I did not expect. I know how she ended up hacking into my email, and that's how she knew that I had a hair appointment that day, because she was in my emails. I guess she was trying to find information between me and Jay through an email. I don't know.
Pass me the
but
water.
she found where I was at. We had both gone to that hair salon together, so she knew where it was. But she found out that I had a hair appointment. She showed up. I'm literally sitting in a chair getting my hair done, and my beautician turned me around, and the chick is standing right there, right in front of me. And I'm like, I looked at her, I was like, what do you want? And she was like, I don't want to do this in here. Can you come outside and talk to me? And I was like, what do we need to talk about? My hairstylist, she was like, you need a minute? She was just looking like, uh-oh, what is going on? So she was like, you need a minute? I was like, yeah, I'll be back. So I ended up stepping outside with her, not knowing if this girl was going to try and stab me, or I don't know what was going to happen. But I went outside with her, and she was like, is that Jay car? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I should go bust the windows right now. And I was like, for what? I was like, why would you bust somebody else's car windows? What purpose would that serve you? And she was like, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna bust her windows, but I should. She just kept saying it, so I'm like, okay, there's a possibility. So let me let Jay know that she might try and bust her windows, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna try to make sure it don't happen. I'm just praying that she didn't. So we standing outside, she talking, she like, so what are you doing? I guess she had went home and saw that most of my stuff was gone. So she was like, what are you doing? Where are you going? I was like, I'm leaving. I was like, I'm done with this entire situation. Like, you're mentally crazy. Like, I'm not about to deal with this. And we're done. Our relationship is over, so there's no point for me to be here at this point. And she was like, where are you going? Why you need to leave? Like, you just want to go be with this girl. You don't even know her. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And she all out here. She talking to all these other females you don't even know. Like, she was just going on and on and on. Like, you don't know nothing. You don't know none of the business but hearsay, and you don't know if that's true, so mind your business. So I think I ended up walking off and going back inside, and she didn't come back. She ended up leaving. But I kept looking out the window to make sure she ain't touched Jay's car. Plus, my cousin was sitting outside in the car too, so she would have told me. But she had texted me after. She was like, is that old girl? My cousin texted me, was like, is that old girl here? Like, what's she doing here? Like, what the hell happened? I'm like, I'll tell you when I get done. So I go back inside, finish getting my hair done. My stylist like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. She was like, that was a bit awkward. She crazy. And I ended up telling her the story of everything that happened. She was like, oh my God. So later that night, I think you got off work at like 11.
Yeah, I got off work at 11.
So I had to go and meet up with Jay.
Like the panoramic.
Yeah, the panoramic view at the Hyatt Hotel. So we was on like the top floor with the panoramic windows.
I got some rose petals. I just wanted it to be a good night. I wanted her to feel good because there was a lot going on, y'all. I got some bubble bath. I got some wine, like
massage oil.
Yeah, I just wanted her to just be relaxed. And I knew with her moving to Memphis, like, don't get me wrong, she was going with her family, but just to change like that so quick, so drastically,
pick up all my stuff and just leave.
Yeah, I knew that was a lot. So I just wanted her to feel good for the last 2 nights that I had with her. And I was sad, y'all. I did not want her to have to move to Memphis. Like, I was so sad. But after that, I ended up taking her to the station, and she left. And I was just like, it was just heartbreaking. Like, man, we just started this. But I was like, if I had to come move to Memphis, like, I'm down. Like, we can figure it out. We looking at apartments. She was there for what? Like
I think
a
I was
month?
I was in Memphis for a month, and I had even decided that I was gonna. Is that what you just said, that we were gonna get an apartment in Memphis? Like, we was discussing getting an apartment in Memphis. Now, y'all, this is another crazy story that happened while I was in Memphis. So me and my ex, we were on the same phone plan. So somehow, I mean, we both had access to the account, so we were able to make changes. She ended up one day calling them and getting my phone suspended.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? I'm trying to call out. I'm like, my phone is not working. I know the bill is paid, so what's going on? So I called from my sister's house phone, and they like, oh, this line was just suspended by such and such. And I'm like, this chick is really like, she is really like messing with me. Like, she really trying to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So I get my phone turned back on. Me not thinking, when you get your phone turned back on, you need to change the password so she don't have access and some more stuff. Like, and get her phone cut off so she can call. Be petty. But
it was just a lot.
I just called them. I'm like, no, I want this line to be cut back on. There's nothing wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. So I get my phone line cut back on. I text Jay. I'm like, this heifer just cut my phone off. Like, I'm finna have to get a new phone service immediately. Right after I text Jay, literally my service cut right back off. So she called them right back, because I guess she get notifications and I get notifications. So phone got cut right back off that same day. I tried calling back. This heifer done changed the password.
Changed everything.
She suspended my line completely, and she changed like the email address that was connected to the signing in on the app. So I couldn't even sign in on the app. I couldn't call and make no changes no more. Like, she had blocked me completely from everything. So I had no phone at the time. I was heated. Like, I was so mad, y'all. I was pissed. So I ended up calling and just getting my own line or whatever. And I got my own line started, and I called Jay. I'm like, this heifer is crazy. Like, she trying to do anything to sabotage me at this point.
Yes.
Later on, I found out she gained access to my email. She hacked my email and blocked me from it completely. I couldn't remember the rescue email, so I had no access to none of my old stuff. She had reset passwords to my social media, everything. So I basically literally had to start everything over again because she had hacked all my stuff, which sucked because I had a lot of pictures and stuff that I wanted, but it was like, whatever. But she went to the max to try and make my life a living hell.
Yeah.
I remember she had, when I was in Memphis, she texted me, and she was like sending me pictures of herself crying.
That was crazy.
And she sent me a picture that she had like shaved her head completely bald. And I was just like, oh my God, like, this girl is losing it. Like, she really lost it. And she was just like, you broke my heart, but I'm better. And then she sent me another picture of her smiling.
Yeah, that was.
And I was like so freaked out, y'all. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, this girl is crazy. Like, seriously crazy. And then she texted me and was like, all your stuff that you left here is gone, so don't try and get it back.
Right?
Yeah, she said she sold it, donated it. So I literally had nothing. Like, all my mics, all my shoes, like, she got rid of everything. Jordans, all of my stuff was gone. All my clothes. I had tried to take most of my stuff, but of course I couldn't take everything. And like I said, I didn't want to leave it with Jay, because in my mind, I wasn't thinking that the girl was gonna go this deep.
Right.
I'm thinking, because you know where my parents live, I'm thinking she'd at least drop my stuff off, or tell me come get it. I did do her bogus. So I mean, it was expected, but it was still like, why? Like, why be so petty? Because what is they gonna do for
apartment? Then she say, because y'all name both was on a lease, like.
Well, because it was only a weekend, I think they let her cancel it. I think they had let her. It was like 2 weeks in to living there, so I think they had let her cancel it or whatever, and that was that.
Yeah.
She moved out the apartment,
and then while she was in Memphis, man, y'all, me and the girl still work together, so she was talking all this big tough Tony stuff over the phone. And I'm like, man, I'm not about to do this talking. Like, I don't argue with people. I'm all about action. So I promise y'all, when I saw this girl
at work, because they was still going to work.
It was like a week later after everything had happened. After Britt moved to Memphis, all that, like, it was like a week later. We run into each other. She coming in the door. I'm leaving out the door, y'all. I promise y'all. When she saw me, this is exactly what she did. She walked. I'm like, oh, what was? Yeah, she dropped her head, and I felt sorry for her before I talked to her over the phone, and she was talking crazy, like. So I'm like, I got my guard up, and plus all the stuff Britt told me she did to her, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm trying to move to Memphis and be with my shorty, but I wanted to just attack her. I ain't even gonna lie. But I ain't even no fighter like that for real, but how I was feeling, like how Britt told me all the stuff she did to her, I just wanted to attack her. But I'm like, you won't believe who I just saw, who I just ran into. This girl, and then she did chop her hair off. She had her hair kind of like Britt at first, like when y'all was working together, right? She had like how your hair is now.
Yeah, it was.
She had like a
longer, shortcut.
When I saw her, y'all, she was bald. Like a week later, this girl was bald.
She shaved her head bald.
I was like, yeah, she a little delusional, but she wasn't on anything. I promise y'all.
I guess she was like really that deep in love with me, like, and I didn't know.
I'm sure y'all was together 5 years,
4 years,
4 years,
and I didn't know. I didn't know she was like that crazy in love with me. Like,
yeah, y'all had a weird relationship. That's why some part of me feel like you kind of was like dirty, but
yeah, I admit to what I did. It wasn't
second
cool.
part of me was like, I mean, you did what was best for you.
I could have went about it a completely different way, but mind y'all, I was getting broken up with every day, so it was like, I'm single in my head. I mean, I know that it was never a conversation that we had, but she broke up with me damn near every day, so I was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do then. You do you, and I'm gonna do me. And it just all fell into place how it did.
I can't remember why I went back to Shorty crib. Remember you was in Memphis?
I was talking to you on the phone. I remember you had called me after the fact, but I don't know why you went there either. I don't know if you went to go pick up your stuff or what the situation. I think her keys. You were going to give her house keys?
I forgot how I ended up back at this girl house, y'all, but I went in her crib. And
y'all, I still want to know to this day what she was doing in her house.
I can't remember, but you should. I mean, it was so long ago. I really don't know. I knew it had to been something. Me giving her
in the
keys.
comments, ask Jay what she was doing. Why she go over there?
I think it was either me giving her keys back or me giving her my little rent money. Because I ain't like that. I ain't about to leave. And if I'm helping you, which she ain't need help, but I ain't that type of person. So you'd be like, you just left, didn't pay rent. I don't know. I think I went to go take her rent. I can't really remember. I promise y'all. I really cannot remember why I went back to this girl's house
It's okay.
After she bleached my stuff.
I'm not mad.
But when I went to her crib, y'all, I don't even know how soon, like, why I ended up in her house, like inside. Either way,
she was in her house.
This girl bust my windows and flooded my tires.
All her windows.
And her cousin. So I guess her cousin, her little ride or die, I don't know. But when I tell y'all, I was so livid. I couldn't believe this girl. She like, you not about to leave me like this. She was just not accepting to it. She was like, this is not happening. You not leaving. So now what you gonna do? So y'all know what I did? I called her daddy. Your daughter crazy. You need to come get her. Cause she gonna make me go to jail. Like these two women was trying to have me in jail. Like for real. I don't put my hands on girls. Like I ain't into that fighting stuff. I just told y'all that. But I called her daddy. He came over there. He cursed out. He like, man, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. She just going through a lot. Like, I'm gonna get your car fixed, whatever. I guess he knew some connects. He took my car. I went to his house. I spent the night at his house because he lived like 2 or 3 miles from her. Me and Britt on the phone the whole night. She went with us to her dad's house. I don't know why. I guess because she just crazy. But me and Britt literally on the phone the whole night. Like,
yeah, she called me that night and was just like, she busted all my windows.
And I'm in his living room. I'm on his couch. Usually I sleep like in the guest room or in her room. Like if we was to go. But I don't even think we ever really spent the night at her dad's house. But anyway, I was on his couch. I was just uncomfortable. But I wasn't about to leave until my car was done. So I'm like, this is what it's gonna be. I'm gonna stay at her crib. But I mean, I figured she trusted me at the time, so it wasn't no reason. I didn't give her a reason not to trust me. So her dad did what he was supposed to do. And I told Shorty, you crazy, like leave me alone, I'm done with you forever. Like that's just it. This is the end. A couple weeks later, y'all, she come to my crib, to my mama crib. I'm in the shower. One of my relatives let her in the house. She's on my bed when I get out the shower. Crazy, like, cause I guess they didn't know what was going on, so they thinking, oh hey, what's up? Are you coming in? Cause I ain't tell my family all my business that deep like that, but they, oh hey, come in.
Yeah, who
She
let
in
her
my
in, your auntie?
crib. She in my
Who
crib.
let her in, your auntie?
So
Auntie, I know who you are.
and then even after that, well, the only other thing after that, y'all, and with that situation, of course, I'm like, you need to leave. Like, I don't know. After that, she left. I told Britt again. I'm like, man, I feel like she was really trying to, I don't know if she was trying to take pictures, like saying that we was together or trying to make up. I don't know what was her motive, but I'm telling Britt each situation. The last and final situation, she sent me a naked picture of her.
Yep, and was it to your email?
No, to my phone.
She texted.
Yeah, she texted me a naked picture.
She texted her a picture of her vajayjay. And
Yeah.
Jay told me, and I'm like, what is her point? So I'm like, let me talk to her. Let me let her know. At this point, was I back?
I think so. I think you were back because Britt was only gone for like 3 weeks at the most.
A month. I was gone for a month, but I think I was back because you kind of skipping forward. Yeah, she didn't. The new picture wasn't sent yet. So Jay ended up. I think you said one day you were at work and she showed up with her cousin.
That was before. That was way before. That's it. That was way before you went to Memphis.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping there. So basically,
you was like you was gonna come up there. Remember?
Yeah, you told me not to.
Yeah.
So basically, after that situation happened, I was back after her car and stuff got messed up. I ended up talking to my dad, and me and him hashed out the problems that we was having at the time, and I moved back to Illinois because I just felt like Memphis just wasn't for me, y'all. Like, I couldn't see myself living there long term. I couldn't do it.
And then she don't believe in long distance relationships, so
Yeah,
I
that
guess
was
I
really
wasn't
hard
moving down
'cause
there.
we had just like literally gotten to
Right.
everything, and
So-
then we had to move away from each other, and I was just like, what the
She
hell?
couldn't handle it. I'm like, man, just let us try to figure out if we gonna stay here and get an apartment or me move there. Like, she ain't want to give it the
I'm
time.
like, I might as well come back, get my job back, and just, go from there. Like, so
Right.
that was the decision I made. I ended up moving back. I talked to my dad. I was staying with him, and me and Jay was just doing our thing. I ended up getting my job back, but for a different position because my position was gone at the time. So I got my job back, and I was working back at the call center.
And that's when we basically was just getting rooms like every week.
Oh,
y'all.
girl was gone.
Yeah, she left. Like, that was my only time seeing her that one day.
Yeah, she
When
never came back.
I ran into her, I ain't never seen her since. But she did when Britt came back.
Yeah.
She popped up at
Because I was still living in the same, her dad and my dad, they still lived in the same area from where we grew up at.
Right, so she popped
So
up at a gas station.
I
on
ended up
Britt.
seeing her at a gas station, and there was some words exchanged. I really don't remember.
Yeah, but
I don't really remember the conversation, but there was words exchanged. We got into a little argument, and I got in the car and I left because I'm like, you're not even worth it at this point.
Yeah.
So
and
I think that's it.
yeah,
After
after Shorty sent me the news, she dogged me out, like, I guess on her Facebook, and
She did.
she dogged me out, and
wow.
she was sending me out like screenshots and shit of everything she was saying about me. I was bogus, I was this, I was that. I think I
you
blocked
remember
her.
your first girlfriend?
Yeah.
She wrote you too.
Oh yeah. My very first girlfriend, the girl in my coming out story. She basically,
they was
I
always
told
still
y'all,
cool.
yeah, me and my exes. I was cool with all my exes. Like, I don't know, I'm a cool person. So if we don't end on bad terms, then we can stay cool. And me and her, it was like we was each other's first, so we had this kind of connection where, we always just gonna be here for each other no matter what. That's what we
But
always
y'all
told
did
each other.
kind of end on bad terms though.
Well, kind of, sort of. That's another
Yeah.
story.
Mhm.
But when me and Britt decided that we was gonna cut off everybody, I had to
She was
include
one of
her. So she wrote me one day. I still remember.
A long paragraph.
Yeah, she was like, if you don't write back, I know that I won't talk to you. Like, this it was like the end of the year or something. She was like,
Yeah. Next
I know-
year I'm not reaching back out to
right.
you. That's
And
gonna be
she
it.
was like, if you don't respond, then I get it. I ain't respond.
And that
I
was
cut
that.
off literally, y'all, and I wasn't a player, but I had a lot of friends. But I cut off everybody, like, because she was worth it. I feel like she was my all-in-one. She was everything that them women were in one. And that's just what it was. I wish everybody the best in the situation.
Yeah.
I hope everybody good. I mean,
sorry if we hurt anybody. We
yeah,
apologize.
that wasn't our intentions. Like,
no love lost.
I hope they
but
don't come out trying to like bash us or you know.
if they do, it is what it is. I mean, if they feel obligated to do
We
that,
ain't
if
say
that's
no
gonna make them
names.
feel happier. then-
Right, we ain't say no names, and most of this stuff, y'all. Honestly, I'm trying to piece it together. It was so long ago, but that's
Yeah, it was
mostly
a
what
lot.
I remember. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get those memories out my head, but the story was just so crazy. Like,
Yeah, eventually, I think like a year had went by. I was staying with my dad, and then me and Jay ended up moving
in
together,
together
after our first year.
so many hotels. Like, we
Y'all.
had to calculate.
Oh my God, we was in hotels every weekend.
Yeah.
Sometimes during the week, my dad was like, "I thought you had an apartment. Like,
Yeah.
how much you be on?"
So I think that's it, y'all. That was the end. Like, it
And
was
now
just
we're
me
here.
and Britt together, you know.
Happily ever after.
Yeah. We hope it was interesting to y'all. I know part one and two was, but we hope this sums up everything for y'all.
Yeah, I
And
hope
y'all
we
got a
lose
gist
y'all.
of it,
Right. I hope y'all understand everything that happened, everything that played out, and where we are now is happy, engaged, and
Yeah.
we doing us.
We
I mean, we
see what the
living
future-
our best life.
Yes. You gotta see
And-
what the future holds, you know.
Yep, and that's pretty much it. That's how J and B
Man.
became one.
So if y'all like this video,
make
leave y'all
sure-
feedback, comment
Give
down
it a
below.
thumbs up, y'all.
Thumbs up.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. Sorry for the wait. I'm glad y'all was day ones and
And
stuck it out.
dedicated. Yes, we appreciate
Yes.
it.
So
And
until next time,
yes, whatever we go through,
we get through.
and so can you.
Definitely. We love y'all.
Ugh.